But one say Big Dog, man, I know we're both fan of the show, and y'all that we're going to talk spoilers, guys. So if you have not seen Cobra Kai season 4, we're going to talk about spoiler up, down, left, right, in and out. So this is the last topic of the day. So if you don't want to be spoiled, I strongly suggest you turn the video off now. And yeah, I do have the spoiler thing at the bottom. Okay. But once say Big Dog, man, let us have it, man. What was your expectations going into this season? And how did you feel about the show overall? Did it meet your expectations?
Man, listen, B, I don't know how they just continuously do. They have so many great storylines already going on. Like every season, once you get to that last episode, and this is what I think me, you, when we was on Lamont's channel the other day, we were talking about how a show can like have a full season, yet still tease something else. That's literally what they do with every single season of this.
Yeah.
Okay, they give you the story that they need to be told that season, and then they always give you something special and multiple different storylines you have to look forward to for the next season. This one was no different. We picked up all those different stories that we had going on, but we even started off with some new ones. We introduced new characters, got people more shine. I'm just like, it just keeps getting better and better, and it doesn't ever lose the essence of what it is. To me, I think they had the best fights this season as well. Like the tension, the stakes. It's incredible what they're doing with this show, and I love this season.
Okay. So he will be back in a second, but yeah, my review for this season is on the channel right now. I absolutely love this. I think this is my favorite season of the show so far. I have seen all 4, or if you want to count the Jackie Chan, Jaden Smith one as well, I've seen all 5 movies. But this Cobra Kai is in the universe of the first 4 movies, even with part 4. The next Karate Kid that had Mr. Miyagi and Hilary Swank in it. I wonder if she's going to come back. I hope she does. This season was fire. I loved it. And One Take Big Dog was just commenting on the fighting, and I do agree with him. I think that the fighting in this season was the best that it's been. There's 10 episodes. Each of them are about 30 minutes long. Here you go. All right, what's up, man? You back? Okay, cool.
Good.
What I was saying, man, is like my review is up right now. I love this show. I thought it was fire. I think this is the best season of Cobra Kai that they've had so far. I was just saying that the fighting that you were just commenting on was lovely as well. Now there were a few cringe-worthy moments in the episode. Like I think it was episode where they was at the Cobra Kai dojo. It was a yellow bone chick. I think she was mixed. She was
the new girl.
Yeah, she did like a cartwheel at the very beginning of a fight, and I was like, "What the hell are you doing? You look like a darn fool. Stop it." But other than that, man, like I love the fighting, man. Those last 2 episodes was fire as hell, man. Showing Samantha, doing both Eagle Fang and Miyagi Do. I'm a sucker for stances. I don't want to jump too far ahead, man, but how do you feel? I mean, how did you feel about the dynamic between God, what is his name? The main, not Robbie. What
Miguel?
Not Miguel, the teachers.
Johnny and Lawrence.
Yeah, Johnny and Lawrence.
Yeah,
man. Right. Them trying to combine forces, man, and combine Miyagi Do and Eagle Fang. That was something I was really looking forward to. And it turned out to be everything I wanted it to be, as far as the comedy, as far as the drama. I loved all that, man. How'd you feel about it?
It was really good, and the direction they took it was unexpected. Because I've been rewatching, like, even like I think last night I went back and just like watched like some highlights from throughout the other seasons, and I've always seen this relationship between them two, that they find like a common ground and like squash this beef that they had, especially after last season. You like, okay, yeah, that's pretty much over when it's done. Pretty much all this started behind the girl, and then you get into this season, and them two try to get themselves together, put the differences aside. But they're both so caught up in their ways. That's basically because of how they were taught when they were younger, and like those different those styles bumping heads. I thought at some point they would manage to mesh it, but when it continues, and I'm just like, it's not going to work. You know, I'm like, they are two different people. Well, they're two different entities trying to come together. And Cobra Kai was just one that was just getting built strong. I'm just like, I have no idea what's gonna happen with this. And I think that's probably one of the best parts about the show. You don't necessarily know what's gonna happen next.
already. And I do agree with you there. One of the standouts for me is when they had this fight right here in the back. I know this is not the actual fight; they're just kind of playing around in this
Mhm.
actually the shot that I have. But they had a fight between them two,
Yes.
and I excuse me. I don't even. It's not even necessary to say who won. I know you know. We don't even got to say who won. But I like that fight right there between them.
Hmm.
I thought that was dope as hell. Uh, and like we talked about the fighting, and the thing about it is, I think they actually sat down and was like, okay, who needs to fight in this show to give the fans, what that we want to see. We got Johnny Lawrence and Daniel LaRusso fighting each other.
Hmm.
We also got Johnny Lawrence and fighting what's his name, Terry
Terry.
Silver.
Hmm.
In the dojo. I like that as well. It's unnecessary to say who won, but this guy, Terry Silver, coming back. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Have you seen the Karate Kid 3?
I have not. I have not.
Oh, really? Which movies have you seen, if any at all?
Listen, I saw the first one before I ever watched the series, and I like just a refresher. And well, I saw him as a kid, but like only one I rewatched recently was the first one. I haven't watched two and three recently.
Have you watched you haven't seen 3 at all, have you?
I haven't seen. No, I watched it as a kid. I like.
Oh,
Yeah, I
so you
watched.
have seen them all.
Yeah, I have seen
Oh,
them
okay,
all. I
okay,
just haven't
okay.
watched them since a long time.
I got you. I mean, it's been a minute for me too. I thought you haven't seen him at all, but man, how'd you feel about Terry Silver coming back, man, and his role, his addition?
Bro, I like from where his character started in the beginning of the show to where his character ended. Bro, would they end the ending what they do with him? I have a reaction that I'm actually gonna post online because once I got into that final episode, I'm like, bro, I am too hyped right now. Let me just cut on my camera just to like catch my reaction. I was going off because I was stunned because like once he talks about like people having weaknesses,
Mm-hmm.
you really didn't know what he meant, but he was like he was calculated. He was far more calculated, which kind of like shows you more about who he is because he's a successful, what I'm saying, business owner. Okay. So he's very successful in life. So he knows how to play the long game and you see it manifesting over and over and it just slowly builds up more and more. His character becomes more hard than Kreese. I thought Kreese was the big piece of, what I'm saying, in the world.
Yeah.
But this dude came through and just like, nah, I'm like that, bro.
Already. Yeah, I loved him as well, man. I'm not gonna lie. He was actually the first shot that we saw in episode 1
Hmm.
of this season, playing the piano and denying the phone call from Crease. But when we saw him like this, I was like, "What is going on, man? He has really changed." So I was like, "I hope he comes back." So I was really, really happy, when he put the ponytail back. But he's a monster, man.
Yeah.
He's a monster. He beat the crap out of that fat boy. What was his name?
Stingray, man.
Stingray. Even though that character is very annoying to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. One second. I don't know. I couldn't remember the story from season 2 or 3, like why he got kicked out of Cobra Kai or like why he was trying to get back in. I don't remember. But you mean you're begging, man. You're begging. You're acting crazy. You're a grown man hanging around high schoolers. Groveling. I just didn't like how that. But still, Terry didn't have to do him like that, man. And I'm thinking, like, you're gonna betray Kreese at the end, man. Like, how do you think that you don't think the Kreese is do you think the Kreese is just gonna, wither away in the wind and not come back to seek revenge? Like, come on, like, what do you think that one? I guess he's like, I'm smart, I'm rich, I got money, power, resources, I can handle this, but I don't know, man. I kind of think he should have thought that through a little bit better. How you feel about that betrayal at the end?
You know what? I thought about those same things, B. But I thought about this. One, yes, he does have money and power. Two, Kreese has no allies. No, Kreese has nobody.
That is
Kreese
true.
was Kreese was by himself. Not only that, don't forget, Kreese was already in some trouble before Johnny took him back. So this doesn't help his case at all. He has nobody to defend him, man. Who even would step up and say something? It's not going to be Johnny. It's not going to be
Yeah.
Johnny to come back and be like, oh, well, this guy tried to be the best. Every time they go back and show him choking Johnny when he was younger, I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
no, get rid of him. So that's the biggest thing. Like, he has no allies, and he's already like burnt a lot of bridges. And the one person he could depend on is the person who slimed him out.
Yeah. So that's pretty interesting, man. I can't wait to see how that's going to play out. And let me ask you this, man. Where is that character at? Miguel. How'd you feel about Miguel's arc and how that also ended? You know, him randomly getting on the bus to Mexico City and search for his daddy. You know, that do anything for you?
Yeah, because once again, it's one of them situations. Now, him not going back into the fight was I also kind of understood that.
Yeah, talk about that too. My fault.
That also played a part, like with his dynamic with Johnny, you know, and Johnny's character throughout the season, because Johnny was technically doing the same thing that Kreese did, just in a different way. You know what I'm saying? So it messed with him, and like he was seeing that. Plus, a scene that got to me like legit, like I'm just like I felt heartbroken by, was when Johnny was talking to him, and Johnny was drunk that night. He had just got whooped by what's the name?
Terry.
Yeah. And he was just like, man, I really want to be like a father figure to you. You know, I really want to be there for you. And then he said, man, I love you, Robert. I said, bro, like, so that's one thing that he's dealing with. Miguel's like, okay, I'm with him and all that. But like, I've never had that father, like that father figure. Like, well, not even father figure, my actual father. I know nothing about him. I don't know. We have no relationship, nothing. And for some, it's something that's probably gonna like weigh on him. I personally think like, oh, you probably should have waited till you was a little bit older before you did that, go on that journey. You know what I'm saying? Because like it's dangerous, and especially if your mom already told you like, hey man, your dad like into some other stuff. Granted, we don't even know if that's true.
Right.
You know, we don't know if that's true at all.
Because she said that the daddy don't even know.
Yeah, which was also like, what's gonna happen? Like, like he on this. He finna go on a blank mission. It's like, who is you?
Blank mission.
Your mama never told me about you, like ever.
Right.
Like, so his character went through some stuff. But that moment when he was doing that kick and he tweaked his back,
yeah, that was kind of weird. But
bro, I ain't gonna lie, B. I ain't gonna lie, B. I was in the hard like this, bro.
Really? Yeah,
bro. I was in here scared. I'm like, no, man, not now.
Yeah,
I was just like, yeah. But his fighting is always good too, which has me super excited for Blue Beetle. Like, super excited. Every time I see him, I'm just like, yeah, let's get this Blue Beetle movie rolling.
Already, that's what's up. That's what's up. There was a character that I could not stand the whole season, but I like him now. He humbled himself, and that goes to Hawk. Yeah, he always got on my damn nerve, and but you know, he switched sides at the end of season 3. Now he's with Eagle Fang. They was giving him a hard time, but I like him now, man. I do. I like that girl that he was trying to talk to. She kind of gave him a boost of confidence at the tournament. I think is this her name right here? Is it is her name? Is this her? Hannah Keepo Moon? She kissed him right before. Yeah.
That's her.
I like her. And you know what they have going on. You know, Hawk really came through in the fight against Robbie. That was a very entertaining fight.
Yes.
You know, it was lovely. It was corny, but I loved it. Even the shirts coming off, you know, them looking, the shirt came off. He looked at the judge. Joe was like, hey, he took it off too. And then he got the tattoo on his back. He gonna flex the eagle on his back. They're gonna do the little I'm like, this show is crazy, man. Like I'm just laughing, just like as I'm watching, like this is nuts, you know. But I'm loving it, man. Just how, and they really sold it, man. They were just into it, the slow mo, just just all the blocks and just, you know, coming through. Just
they have the best choreographed fight.
Yeah,
That's the
man.
best choreographed fight.
It was nice. I was like, they really put in some work here, like
Mm-hmm.
it just, I didn't watch a review yet because I wanted to, get a surprise opinion from
Mm-hmm.
you. But I let it play to give you a view. I didn't want to click on it and click off.
Yeah.
But I put it on mute. But I did see the very beginning of it when you was like, hey, like this. And I was like, hell yeah. And I'm just saying, man, that is the feeling, that this show puts in you. Like when you
Mm-hmm.
watch it, you just be like, ugh, like it's karate time. Like
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I was watching it, man. Like I gotta say, I love this guy right here, the announcer. Oh my
Oh,
god,
bro, he does a stellar job.
man,
He gets you hype.
man,
He gets
man,
you
man.
hype, bro.
Yeah, he was in it, man. He was like, I was like, I want to meet this dude, man. Like, I want to hang out with this guy. Like, I want to go to a game with him, man, to a football game, basketball game, or karate tournament, man. Because I loved him, man. I wanna get his name or whatever, get his brother some shine, man, because he stole the show for me. I was really, 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 really enjoying him. If y'all know his name in the chat, please let me know down below in the comment section. We would really appreciate that. Let me ask you this though: how did you feel about? I don't know if I got a picture of it. That little black boy that had the
Kenny.
brother, Kenny. I didn't like him.
You didn't like Kenny?
I mean, he was cool, but he turned into this cat right here, this guy. He turned into a bully, man. I mean, bullying sucks. We not all of us has been there, but some of us been there. But I don't like what they did with his character, man. He turned evil at the end, man. I guess you disagree. Go let us know how you feel.
It's not that like I agree with. Well, no, I can't even lie, B. The way they treated him for absolutely no reason, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, when this dude said, like, what do you do for fun? And he said, like, draw anime. I'm like, this is my boy. You feel me? Like cosplay, draw anime. I'm like, okay, cool. And then you go and you see that it's like Anthony and all his friends just picking on him. And bro, they terrorize this little dude. Yeah. Like mental health is real, bro. Like that stuff take a toll on you. You don't want to go to school. Like you don't got no other friends because everybody nobody's like brave enough to like hang with you and stuff. So cool, he starts hanging with Cobra Kai to defend himself. Bro, when he took them down in the library, I smiled. I was happy. When he beat up Ant in the locker room, I smiled. I'm like, bro, I'd rather him do that than hell shoot up a school. That's why I was at. I'm like, bro, they like emotionally damaged this little dude for no reason, which they didn't know, and like bullied him into like submission to the point to where he had to get up and start swinging back. Granted, it's like you just became who they were, but he had nobody. Like his big brother, his dad like overseas, his big brother locked up. Like his mom, we never saw his mom ever at the house too much. So it's just like, man, I ain't got nobody to like help me, man. Like, you know what? I'm gonna learn how to fight. And these boys ain't gonna mess with me no more.
I got you. You sold me, man. You changed my mind quick. Look, when he threw him down in the library, that was dope. I still like when Robbie's son, not Robbie's son, but was it Daniel LaRusso's son right here? Yeah. When he came and apologized to me, it was a truly sincere apology. Now, I'm not saying that Kenny had to go over there and give him a hug and shake his hand and they'd be best buds. I forgive you. Let's go walk down the hallway and enjoy the rest of the tournament. No, that's ridiculous. But I mean, he could have looked down on him or something, but I don't know. I just thought it was a bit much. I'm not necessarily mad at him because I know how it feels. You know what I'm saying? Like bullying sucks. Yeah. And so I can sympathize and empathize, but I don't know. I just that was the only scene I didn't like was the locker room beatdown. I kind of just wish he would apologize, like, yeah, whatever, dude, and then like walked on. I didn't, I mean, but that's just me. That's just me. That's just me.
He had the anger built up, and he got his other friends, but like he knew that like Anthony was the person who initiated. Like, I got all your friends, but like this is like pent up in me, and like I am And he technically just lost too. So
Yeah,
I'm kind of mad about that because Robbie kicked the hell out of him.
yeah, man.
So
That was
like,
funny. That was funny. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. Um, Something else I liked is what was going on with the parents and
mm-hmm,
the adults, because they were not always right in what they were trying to do with the students. It was interesting is, sometimes they would give the right advice to one student, but then when they tried to turn around and do it to somebody else, it would be horrible advice. So that was just something they did with just trying to balance it all. And every adult was going through that. Daniel LaRusso, Johnny Lawrence, Crease, Terry Silva, Miguel's mother, Daniel LaRusso's wife, and everything that she had going on with Tori and Sam. I like that too. Cause I don't like Tori, but I'm on the fence with Tori. I'm on the fence because I don't like her, but I understand she has a rough life and a rough
mm-hmm.
situation. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? She's not born with a silver spoon in her mouth like Sam is. Now that's still not an excuse for you to just wild out and do whatever you
Mm-hmm.
want. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, but I mean these are still young children, young teenagers that are very impressionable,
Mm-hmm.
and she don't got nobody either.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I gotta feel sorry for her. Well, I can't put her over Kenny, because they both got messed up situations.
Mm-hmm.
So, but how'd you feel about Tori, man?
Uh, I'm a kind of like talk about her and like the wife, okay? Because like I said, I was going back rewatching some episodes last night, and I saw like Tori had this thing already going with Miguel. First time Sam saw Tori, Sam kind of like acted like a certain way towards Tori and kind of like looked down upon her. So it's like, okay, you already put a bad taste in my mouth. Then she ended up kissing her boyfriend. That's how the whole fight and stuff got started. So it's like, I bet the Tori breaking up in the house last season and the traumatizing the girl. So I know for a fact Sam got some PTSD.
Yeah.
But then what I liked about this season, which I know is probably going to lead in the next season, is that Tori has to do everything on her own. Her mother is literally dying. Her
Hmm.
aunt comes up and like, hey, I need some bread. Her
Yeah.
aunt, the person who's probably gonna have to look after her once her mother's gone. It doesn't seem like her mother has long left. Says, "I'll see you at the funeral."
Yeah.
Like, and Tori's like, "Well, I'll be 18 soon." We're like, "Well, you're a you're a dropout. You're a dropout who just turned 18. Who the judge gonna look at to like take care of a little brother?" Which I know for a fact he's gonna have to play a role in the next season. But thinking about all the stuff that she was going through, and then you actually see her character. It's a slow change because as far as like personal relationships, I think Tori and Sam's is one of the strongest like storylines within the show because like it's always been like this very very intense thing between those two. They've never been on the same page,
Hmm.
and you get the moment with the mother getting a fire from the her job, and that whole thing just kind of like, okay, well, I didn't know this young lady's situation.
Right.
I don't forgive her for what she did was wrong, but like this is I was in that situation before, and I don't want this young lady like life to spiral because we not letting her back in school. And the fact that Tori was mature enough to just come to their house, like, hey, I have nowhere else to go. I really need help. Like, I'm sorry, I won't touch your daughter. I won't say nothing to her. None of that. Cause then that she does that, and then you start looking at Sam different. Cause Sam like, yo, you mess with me at all, I'm gonna beat the hell out of you. I'm like, and it's one of those situations like, yeah, she did do some stuff to Sam, and this is the difference between I think the situation with Kenny and Anthony, and as far as Sam and Tori. Sam and Tori's this has been going on for multiple seasons. Like
Hmm.
so, it slowly progresses. Anthony and Kenneth, it all happened in one season, so it's a lot quick. So it's just like, okay, you went villain pretty fast. But now we like you starting to see like, okay, Tori does not want to be bad. She just been put in a situation where she thought she had to react and do things a certain way. So I thought the relationship with her and Mrs. LaRusso, I thought that was great and built exceptionally well, especially once we got the final confrontation between Sam and Tori in this, which I cannot wait to see where they take that whole storyline between those two next season, because I really don't know. They kind of left it on like this weird note at the end.
You know, it's kind of weird, man. Their fight was great too, in between them. I love that. But when Tori won, it seemed like she didn't even boast or brag, like, yeah, I'm the shit. You know, she went over like, are you okay? Like, you know, I didn't mean to. And also when she accidentally elbowed her, she was like, I didn't really mean to. I didn't mean to cheat. So that was pretty dope. I also like the fact that we got some growth between Kreese, because he was reminiscing about the original movie when he was hard on Johnny Lawrence, you know, sweep the leg and all that. But he told Tori in this situation, like, do what you want, you know, you don't have to cheat. I like that, you know, that goes back to like all the adults, you know, growing and changing and having different viewpoints and stuff. But we also found out that Terry cheated. You know, he paid off the ref.
Yeah.
You know, and Tori found out about that. And that's interesting because it's a point system. Sam would have won because she punched her and knocked her out of bounds, but that point didn't count, and that did stop circulation, you know. And then she won the next point too with a double fist, so that would have been number 3. So if that point would have counted, bro, Sam would have won, because that would have been a point, and then she got the next point too.
Yeah, see, it's crazy. I've already uploaded my video. I know I'm gonna beat myself up about this later. I was like, when did that? I know. When I saw him talking to him, and I'm like, okay, Tori mad, but I'm like, at what point would that have actually mattered? Then you just brought it back up though, because you gonna see it if you watch my reaction to it when she stepped out of bounds, like, but she had like already hit her first.
Yeah.
I was hot when the referee said out of bounds. I was hot. You know what I'm saying? And I completely forgot about that, because I'm like, okay, if she would have deducted a point from the elbow, Tori would have just had to get 2 more points still. I'm like, still was anybody's ball game. But the point that you bring up is like, no, it would have been game over because the double fist was hard.
Yeah.
that was so hard. So I'm like, wow. Yeah. That's crucial, boy. I ain't finna be mad because I'm like, dang, I done already uploaded this video.
Oh, good. Yeah. I don't think I mentioned that in mine either. But the thing is Tori saw that. So do you think in season 5 she gonna go and tell Sam or just everybody, be like, hey, I know we won, but they cheating over here. I just wanted to be honest. We need to do a rematch, something like that. They're gonna leave that open. That's interesting. Also, we see that Daniel LaRusso, he don't want to hold his end of the bargain. They're supposed to close down. He's like, I cannot honor the agreement with a non-honorable man. When you helped me take it down. So he brought the Japanese dude from season 3, you know, be combining some more styles.
Yeah.
So that's interesting right there, man. So it's a lot of places they can take this, man. That is really, really exciting, you know.
And one of the most exciting things to me was that, okay, you get to the final fights, the final 2 matches, the finals or whatever, and you have Cobra Kai needs 1 win. And obviously you're initially thinking, okay, of course, what's the name is gonna win for Miyagi-Do, and then the final is gonna be set. But I thought to myself, I'm like, that's not necessarily what they even have to do. And this is why the tension was still so high for me in that fight between Rabbit and Hulk. Because I'm like, even if Cobra Kai wins this and like, okay, cool, that's all settled, you have so much story between Sam and Tori that can carry enough for that final fight to be still just as good. You know, like they did a great job with that. And to your point, they like to tease stuff a little bit. So I think eventually Tori will say something, but I don't think it's gonna be right off the bat.
Yeah, I think that's gonna. I think that's I think that'll be best. I don't want them to spill the beans. Let it brew and stir up a little bit. You know? That'll be nice right there. Somebody made a comment I want to bring up. I was hoping Robbie would push him away from Cobra Kai to Daniel and Johnny. I forgot what thing.
We'll push him away from. Oh, I think he was talking about. They got to be talking about Kenny.
I'll push him away. Oh yeah.
I think he was talking about Kenny.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I thought that was gonna happen too. Like when he first, I'm like, he's not gonna like this. Like he gonna think because I'm like, and I think the kid's inherently good, and he just got put into Cobra Kai, which is very very aggressive. I thought he was going to eventually reject that style and go over to like Miyagi-Do and like Robert and be like, they are good people over there, but that they did not. Nah, we Cobra Kai never dies.
Already. So, man, anything else you want to talk about with Cobra Kai, man? That I didn't cover, that I left out, maybe.
I'm trying to.
Or did we go over everything? And y'all can let us know down in the chat too if there's a segment that we forgot to talk about. Valley Fist.
Yeah, that's good. My question, what was weird? I was like the girl, the light skinned girl, Sam's best friend. I was wondering like what happened to her within the show, like why she moved on from the show.
I think I got a picture of I think I know what you're talking about. She had short hair with glasses.
Yeah.
I think that I don't know, man. It could have been a scheduling thing. It could have been a money thing. You talking about her on the far right?
Yep.
I don't know. Did she pop up at all in this season? I can't remember.
She popped up this season. Remember, Sam went visited her.
That's right.
Because she was out of last season.
That's
so
right.
I was just like wondering. Because we got the new girl, the new I don't want to say she's Asian, but she's with like Eagle Fame. She was like a part of the debate team. She's like one of the new girls. I think they're gonna give her more to do next season as well.
We'll see. I'm gonna be honest though, man. I really didn't like her on the far right. I just didn't.
Oh yeah. I didn't really care for her either.
Yeah, she just really one of my favorites, Yeah. So, anything else, my brother?
Nothing other than I think they should be the Power Rangers.
Who?
Sam the Pink Ranger, Tori the Yellow Ranger, Dimitri the Blue Ranger.
I love it.
Robbie the White Ranger.
Yeah.
Miguel the Red Ranger.
Yeah.
And you're probably gonna make Hawk the Black Ranger. Only thing I like is you ain't got enough black people to like be a Power Ranger, but other than that, them your Power Rangers.
Kenny can be the Black Ranger. He needs to buck up a little bit,
Yeah, he's gonna have to buck up a bit.
Buck up a few years, but that's what's up right there. But y'all, that's gonna wrap up our OneTakeBigDogs and our Cobra Kai season 4 spoiler recap. Let us know in the live chat in the comment section what you thought about the show. If you loved it, hated it, if you agree or disagree. And also, guys, that is going to wrap up the Movie News Roundup show number 45.